Hey everyone, what's going on? Today we're going to be talking about the 12 team playoff format or just the playoff in general when it comes to your dynasty inside EA's college football, a game that we will not get for 2 years, but we're going to look forward to it and talk about it anyway, as I've said before. Um, but I just wanted to point something out just relating to the real life college football and the playoff scenario that's kind of going on right now. This kind of ties back to my one of my previous videos where I talked about the transfer portal and King from Rohan is, you have no power here, NCAA. Obviously with everything going on with poaching and stuff with the transfers and things like that, everything that was said in that article. We won't go back to that, but this is just another example of that because if you read this article that's behind me on ESPN.com, nowhere does it say anything about NCAA. Those letters are like not even written in the article anywhere. They talk about the 10 FBS commissioners and things like that. But here's my thing. Where are the NCAA officials? Like, it's just funny, and it's just proof that they're like so low on the totem pole that you don't even have a guy in the room so you can at least pretend to know what's going on in the sport that you pretend to govern. Maybe they did have somebody in the room, I don't know, but the article literally lacks the letters NCAA. So, they aren't even important enough to talk about in the article about this. It's just kind of funny to me. Maybe there is some kind of discourse going on, but again, it's just like they're not. I know it's not necessarily their job to make these kinds of decisions. This is kind of like, when it comes into how the NCAA that they're supposed to do the rules, but like they don't help them with TV contracts and things like that. So I get this is kind of a different beast, but you would think like does the NCAA like do they not have it? I guess they don't have a say. I mean I knew that, but and that's the thing. Like you would be surprised by this if only you didn't know the truth, and that is that they have no power. So other than that, so it's not actually shocking at all. So okay, let's move on to the playoff system. In NCAA, or no, it won't be NCAA because they're not even important enough to be on the video game anymore. EA Sports College Football due out in 2023. As far as the playoff system inside the Dynasty goes, it's really simple. It's one word, actually. It's called customization. Customization is king when talking about Dynasty mode, in my opinion. And really, like all video games, I guess at some point it could be an overabundance if you had to cuss it, but when do you ever hear people say that? It doesn't really happen. People don't complain about too much customization. Like, you want 32 teams in your playoff? I probably wouldn't do that outside of a sim just to like kind of watch chaos ensue and see like a very low ranked team, maybe with a lot of losses, 4 or 5 losses, maybe could win a national championship. Might be hard to do, but it would be funny. Hey, do you want the old school way? And you could see that people will make videos like I've seen NBA videos where like they recreate like past events. So like maybe you would want to recreate like a past season and so only the top 2 teams would play, or you just want to kind of go back to that era and play a little dynasty in that. Somebody laughed at me when I mentioned that in the Discord. Like we're like, oh yeah, a 2 team playoff would be great. I could hear the sarcasm through the text. So, but I was like, why not? Hey, it's probably not something I would do, but who am I to judge? If you want to do it, why not? Why would it be hard to just put it in there? 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do you appreciate? 12, 16, 20. Whatever makes sense and however it can play out the tournament bracket, why not put it in the game? Give people the option. It's not hurting anybody. It's not hurting me. It's not ruining my fun in my dynasty. If you want to have a 64 team playoff, what do I care? I think it would even be fun to watch somebody like do a commentary series, a stream series on something like that. That would just be so fun. You end up if you go all the way to national, you end up playing 20 some odd games, and how is that going to work for the record books and all of that when there's going to be so many more games now. It's almost like I think that the playoff games should be like NFL, like it's a separate stat. That's the way they're going to have to do it because guys playing 17 games in a season potentially, breaking like single season like NCAA records. So like they already included the bowl games a long time ago, but and then so I think that'll be a little much because the games are just out of hand, right? So, uh, but you might even want to start like as a 4-team playoff like right now because it's not going to change for a couple years in real life. So maybe you want to progress with it. So like just put all these like options in the game. So it's really pretty simple. This video, it's all about customization and I'll be interested to see how they will determine the rankings in the new game, how they'll seed the playoffs. I'm assuming we'll still have the AP poll and the coaches poll just to get kind of a hint of where we're at. Are they just going to do like committee rankings like under the next thing? I guess that's would make the most sense. That's what it would be, I guess, right? Yeah. And also and the one other thing I would like that ties into this, like I do want to be able to change it from season to season, like I was saying. I really want to illustrate that point before I go. I want to be able to, if I want to start at 4 and then in the second season move to 8 or 6, and also I want to be able to shorten it. Maybe I don't want to do 16 teams anymore. Maybe we're not getting the good games out of it. So as the NCAA commissioner of my own dynasty, we're going to cut it to 12. I'm going to cut it to 8, or something like that. Kind of like the rule changes. Like I know that's like in the NBA games where like the shot clock can like increase and decrease. Like, I think you could do that maybe with a lot of things like in the game. I'd have to sit down and think about that a little bit more. But just as far as the playoff goes, yeah, I would like to be able to make that decision and that rule change as you progress through any particular dynasty. So anyway, guys, if you're looking for the new college football game as much as I am, if you're looking forward to it as much as I am, I know we have a long way to go. But that's what it's about. The anticipation, that's always like half the fun is looking forward to something for me, because then you get it and then you can't look forward to it anymore. And it's always more fun when you're looking forward to something, right? So, but anyway, if you're looking forward to it as much as I am, click the like and subscribe and, help me out. And hopefully I'll be sticking around here for a while, guys, and just talking about the game, doing gameplay videos, and also talking some just college football in general. So yeah, anyway, guys, till next time, see ya.